name is Jenna and today I'm here with my oh god, what month are we in? May. So my April wrap up and my May TBR. Damn. Okay, so clearly I don't know the months very well. Basically, I had a pretty good reading month in April. I read 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I read 6 books in April and I'm planning on reading 4 books in May. My April reading month was great, by the way. So I read, it was like 2 rereads. One book was for the YA Circle Book of the Month. Another one was a uni book, which kind of sucks. And then basically I just read a lot of really great books and I have some amazing books on my May TBR as well. So I'm just gonna jump right in. The first book that I read in April was Kora by Lynette Noni. I adore this book, 5 out of 5 stars. I don't really think that comes as a surprise to anybody. If you don't know, this is the 3rd book in the Madoran Chronicles series, so I'm not really gonna go into what it's about because it is the 3rd book, so obviously there are spoilers for books 1 and 2. But basically, you should just go and read this series because it is so good. I love it so much. I've done a spoiler-free book review of this one, which I'm gonna leave linked in the description box below, and I'm about to film my spoilery book talk, which is, you know, it's been like a month coming. But anyway, so once that one is done, I will leave that one linked in the description box below if you've read this book and want to discuss it a little bit more with us. In this book, we are introduced to my favorite character in the entire series, and I am so glad that I'm finally able to talk to them, or talk about them with you guys. And there is another character that we kind of meet in this one that I love, and I shouldn't love them, but I do, and yeah, if you've read the book, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about, and you'll know why it's such a sort of moment. The next book that I read in April was actually the YA Circle April Book Club, no, the YA Circle Book Club April Book of the Month. Why is this so difficult for me to say? Okay, it was the YA Circles, which is a book club, the YA Circle Book Club's April Book of the Month, or Book of the Month for April. Either way, it was History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. I've heard a lot about Adam's books over BookTube, a lot about this one in particular, and I've never read one before, so I was really excited to pick this one up, even though if you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of contemporary novels. Like, they're good, but they're also not me. So it was really interesting for me to get to pick this one up. I actually really ended up enjoying it. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. The plot was really well thought out. The characters were so 3-dimensional and complex, which made me really happy. The writing style was also really unique because Adam sort of makes use of a dual perspective. Well, not so much a dual perspective, but like a dual storyline. So you spend some of your time in the present and some of your time in the past, which I thought was really exciting. If you don't know what this book is about, basically it is about a boy named Griffin whose ex-boyfriend has just tragically passed away, and he ends up meeting up with said ex-boyfriend's current boyfriend at the time of death, and the two of them kind of try to, you know, move on together. And it's just this really sweet story about these 2 boys who are just really trying to figure out where they stand now that this one boy has died. It's not a great summary, but like, it's a really good book and I highly recommend it. The 3rd book that I finished in April, so I've been reading it since like February or something, but anyway, I finished it in April. That is British Literature, A Historical Overview, Volume A by Joseph Black and a lot of other people whose names are not on the front cover. Basically, I had to read this one for my Epochs of English class. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars because it was really interesting getting to learn about the history of England and all that sort of stuff, but also it was a non-fiction book, which is not really my thing. But if you are interested in the English history spanning from the medieval period all the way up until the Restoration period, which is like the 15th century or something, all the way up into the 18th, then I recommend this book because it was actually really interesting. The next book that I read in April was one I was super excited to read, and that is Who's Afraid by Maria Lewis. Now, I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. Oh, I didn't think, well, it's not that I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I was really unsure, like, going into it, what I was going to think of it, because this book is very adult. Like, it's definitely an adult fiction sort of book, and I'm not really into that. I'm not really into werewolves, but the book was so good, guys. The plot was great. The characters were really well fleshed out. Tommy Grayson is like the most kick-ass protagonist I've ever read about. I absolutely love her so much. I really like the fact that she's like my age. She's 22 and she has blue hair. What? How cool is that? And also, can we take a minute to talk about the cultural references in this book? There were so many pop culture references. Every time I picked one up, I was like, yes, go girl. So I really enjoyed this one, like so much, so much. And the ending, by the way, broke me. Like, that ending though, not cool, not okay, just no. So can we talk about the fact that it's getting a TV series? Like, I want to see Tommy on the TV screen so badly. I want to see it. I don't know if I said this, but this book's by Maria Lewis. Don't actually know if I said that. I probably did, but in case I didn't, this is Who's Afraid by Maria Lewis. The next 2 books that I read are both rereads, and of course I read them in anticipation for a certain finale book that came out at the beginning of May. You can probably guess where this is going. That is A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. I reread these books because of War, and oh my god, they were so good. So they're still getting 5 out of 5 stars for me, obviously, and it was so interesting to go back through and to get to read this one knowing how I felt about Tamlin, and then this one knowing how I felt about Rhys and knowing what I knew about him. It was just really, really interesting to go back and reread them with like a different mindset, and it made me think about the books in a really different way, but they were still so good. I loved them so much. They were like the best way to finish off my reading month. Like, oh, they're just such good books. So now I'm going to tell you about the books that I'm planning on reading in May, although you can probably guess what the first book on this list is going to be. A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas is the first book I'm planning on reading in May. Obviously, look at it, it's so beautiful. I am currently 262 pages through it, and this book is breaking my heart. Literally, the first 100 pages, I was just like, what is happening? And then the next 160 odd pages, like to get to where I'm at to now, I'm just like crying. I'm like, this is not okay. I am so excited to read this book. If you aren't aware, which you probably should be aware by now, A Court of Wings and Ruin is the third book in the Court series by Sarah J Maas. It follows a girl named Feyre who sort of gets tangled up in the fairy world, and it is so good. I cannot wait to finish this one. I'm really like worried about it. Like my friend Jacinta, I've been messaging her about it, and she's like, yeah, I've only got like 200 pages left and I'm dying. I'm like, okay, not cool, but sure. The next book that I'm planning on reading in May is one that I actually have to read for class, and that is Grass by Sherry S. Tepper. This is a science fiction novel because for my creative writing class we're moving into the science fiction genre, and so they want us to read this book to kind of give us a feel. Oh my god, look at, how am I supposed to read that? Oh, that is gonna kill my eyes. Oh man, wow. I have no idea what this book is about, so I'm actually just gonna read you guys the blurb. So, generations ago, humans fled to the cosmic anomaly known as grass. But before humanity arrived, another species had already claimed grass for its own. It too developed a culture. Now a deadly plague is spreading across the stars, leaving no planet untouched save for grass. But the secret of the planet's immunity hides a truth so shattering it could mean the end of life itself. Woo! That is like so science fiction-y. I have no idea if I'm actually gonna like this book. I don't like the font though. The font is actually gonna kill my eyes. I wonder how many pages this book's got. Trying not to see spoilers while looking for page numbers. 540 pages. I may die. She says after planning on reading like the 700 pages that is War. Yes, but War will be good. Can't say the same thing about Grass. The next book I am planning on reading in May is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Neven. I am planning on reading this book. Well, actually, if you know me at all, if you've been following my channel for a while, you will know that I really didn't enjoy All the Right Places, like at all. I didn't think it was a very good novel at all, but I'm willing to give this one a go because everybody says that it is better than All the Right Places. And also, I'm meeting Jennifer Neven on May 30th, which is super exciting, and I want to have read both of her books by then. Especially, I'm really hoping that I like this one so I can at least like one of her books, because not liking both of them and then meeting her would just be so awkward. This book follows a girl named Libby who is severely overweight, and now she has lost a lot of weight and is going back to school. And it also follows Jack, who has, I don't know what the disease is called, but it has that disease where you can't recognize faces, which it has that disease where like you can't recognize people's faces, and then the two of them meet, and I'm assuming they fall in love because it's a contemporary, and that's just what people do in contemporary novels. So I am excited to read this one because I definitely want to read like another one of her books before I meet her, but also it's a contemporary and I'm not about that. And the last book that I want to read in May is in honor of all the Beauty and the Beast things that happened in March and April, and that is Hunted by Megan Spooner. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I think in one of my videos I said it was like a Red Riding Hood retelling. No, it's not. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Follows this girl who goes into the forest and hunts, I believe. So she goes out and she hunts the beast, and then like what follows is drama and mischief and magic and mayhem and probably a romance because it's Beauty and the Beast retelling. I am super excited for it. I love Beauty and the Beast so much, so anything Beauty and the Beast related I'm probably going to enjoy. So let's hope this book lives up to the hype that I have given it in my head. Also, really sorry for the bad summary, but I don't really know what it's about. All I know is it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So there you go. Those are the 6 books that I read in April and the 4 books I am planning on reading in May. Let me know in the comment section below if you have read any of these books. Particularly let me know if you are reading A Court of War and Roses. No, A Court of Wings and Ruin. Where did I get A Court of War and Roses from? Wow. If you like this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.